Hey, I haven't done one of these in a really long time. I was just looking through some old videos and I realized the ones where I just kind of show off records that I found lately, I have not done that in a really long time. And I kind of enjoy doing them, even though there's nothing special about them. I feel like I show off my records mostly in my radio show. Not that it's show offy, but I've bought quite a few records recently, and just right off the bat, I bought a really distressed copy of Alice Cooper's Killer. Uh, I have this goal to own more of the original Alice Cooper Band albums. I really like Killer, and I mainly like Love It to Death a lot. And I don't own enough of those records. And I found this in it wasn't even quite in the as-is bin, but it's definitely an as-is record. It's got, appreciable amount of wear to both the cover and the record, but it's a player, as I call it. But this is a fun one. And then on my show, I played Halo of Flies the other day, because I like that track. This is something I picked up a while ago. It wasn't a thrift store or record store find, but one that I bought brand new, and it's Poison Idea covering the Japanese hardcore punk band Jism, or Gizm, however you want to say it. Endless Blockade for the Pussyfooter, and it was just recently reissued on TKO Records, which is Jerry A's record label for Poison Idea stuff. He's got another label too, I don't fully understand. Oh, it's got an insert. A little picture of somebody. Who is that? I think it's the singer from Jism. But this is pretty cool. Poison Idea pays tribute to the legendary Jism. And it's got a little hype sticker, which I may keep on there. You know me and hype stickers. Not a fan. Don't care. I went to the town Kalama. I made a video. If you look through my videos, you see me talking about Kalama and continuously referring to it as cute. Because it's... Oh, by the way, I have a studio cat back there. And his name's Meiko. Hi, Meiko. Hi. And he's just settling in. He's been living here with me for under a week, and he's not sure. But he's a sweet cat. But at a antique store, and I never find cool records at antique stores. It's just kind of a given that in antique stores you're going to find a lot of classic rock and dad rock and yacht rock records that are ridiculously overpriced. And sometimes maybe justly so, because they're usually in really immaculate condition and fancy sleeves. But there was a dollar bin in one of the booths, and I found this, which is the Creatures Feast, which I believe is their debut album. Creatures, of course, being Susie Sue and Budgie from Susie and the Banshees. And this is a really cool album. I'm just vaguely familiar with their Creatures output. I'm putting it back in its bag. But I like this, $1. And I kind of expected that it would be scratched, like maybe it was a dealer that was getting rid of his scratched vinyl. But they usually just do that on Discogs. No, they don't. But I found that on the same week that I found a really nice copy of Susie and the Banshees' Nocturne, which is a live 1983 album, which is double LP, which I like this a lot. It's not super great recorded, but I love this. I wish it had Halloween on it, because I play Halloween ridiculously often. Probably every Halloween radio show I do, which I don't know if I'm doing one this year because I'm kind of over it. But yeah, happy to have that. I need more Susie stuff on vinyl because I have very little of it. And then I found these at my favorite record store, and These are big, heavy records. These are double LPs. Ennio Morricone, Psycho, which is a bunch of tracks from various soundtracks he's done that fit the bill of description of Psycho. And then the other one, what's this, Giallo, is right here. And the record store owner put the hype sticker on the poly bag, so I probably won't destroy them. And also, these records, both of them, are inside those Euro resealable bags that I don't like them. The flap and the stickiness get in the way of the fun of playing a record. But this is a cool series. And there was a third one in the record store that I did not buy, and it was like romance. I don't remember what it was called. It might have been called Romance, and it was romantic themes. And I passed on it because I like his wackier shit. And now the completist in me kind of thinks I should go back and get the other one because it appears to be part of a set. But I don't know. I'm buying a lot of these fancy ass soundtrack reissues and compilations lately, to my chagrin. I have finally reached that point where I go into a record store and I've crossed this line where I used to, like, this is too much for a record, I'm not going to pay that. Well, I've crossed that line a long time ago, and as a result, I'm kind of staying away from my favorite local record store. I just picked this up. Well, picked it up. I ordered this quite a while ago, and it just came out. And it's Butthole Surfers Cream Corn from the Socket of Davis, I think is the full title. Yes, Cream Corn from the Socket of Davis. And I've had this EP on a CD reissue for a long time, but I've never actually owned it. And I'm usually kind of skittish about reissue remasters, but I wasn't so attached to the original mix of this that I would be deterred to buy this. And also I bought this reissue because I lost this vinyl many years ago, which is this is Rembrandt Pussy Horse, and I love this album. And so this is also is the reissue on Matador, and I gotta say, it sounds fantastic, and probably does sound better than I remember it. Although at the time, when I had this originally, I didn't have a very good turntable or setup. But as reissues go, this sounded fantastic. So I'm expecting. I haven't broken the shrink wrap on this yet, and we'll probably give it a listen at some point, maybe on my radio show, because that seems to be the way I go. But yeah, I'm excited about having these on vinyl together. And I'm slightly tempted to go back and buy their debut LP, Psychic Powerless, Another Man's Sack, because my copy is really beat up, and it's the one I've had since the 80s. And I'm interested to hear what they did on the remastered version of that. I wish they would reissue, some other label I think has reissued their debut EP, which is self-titled, but I think they also call it Brown Reason to Live or something like that, I think, because that was etched in the dead wax of the record. So I'm kind of excited to hear all of the reissues, kind of getting over my inhibition to buy reissues. And then I found these yesterday, and I'm not even really going to comment too much on them, but I know of one thrift store that actually has a 7-inch bin of just loosey-goosey records just sitting there, and I possibly already have this on vinyl, which is Gary Wright, Love is Alive. But that'll go in my horrible 70s collection, which is huge. It's vast. If anybody ever needs somebody to DJ 70s songs that, like, I call groaners, those songs like that come on the radio and you're kind of like, oh my god, not this song, I have a lot of them. But and speaking of groaners, I found this, and I've been looking for this for a long time, which is Opus Live is Life, which is this awful well, let me just say syrupy, I think Austrian band. I can't remember where they're from. And this is the song, yeah, Austria. This was like a big hit, and it's a very much like a Eurovision kind of a campy, stupid sounding song, and it's the one that the Slovenian band Laibach turned into Life is Life, which they made it into this sinister military kind of anthem. Because this is just a really syrupy song. It's like something you'd hear at a soccer match or something, and it's just very yacht rocky and very silly with this sing-along chorus. Well, anyway, I'm excited to have that. I have a 12-inch of it, and I feel like it takes up too much space in my collection to justify its existence. So I'm happy to have it on a 7-inch record instead. And then when I go looking for 7-inch records, I usually look for stuff on small labels that look like they might be regional labels. And so this one kind of stood out, and it's on the Hunt label. You can't see it because the grime on it, but it's Guitar Boogie Shuffle by the Virtues, which I don't know much about. I'm going to look them up. But the B-side is what really attracted me. It's called Guitar in Orbit, and I think that's going to be, I'm expecting it's going to be like this effects-laden song, like lots of slapback echo. And I'm removing the little sticker that this particular store, I just took it off, but they put a little tiny, I don't know why they do it, a little tiny sticker on the dead wax of the record. And it's kind of annoying. Sometimes they don't come off cleanly. Well, here, I'll show you. So now they're using this for a label. I'm not sure why they do that. Because this one's not going to come off. I'm going to have to clean it. Oh, by the way, I bought a spin clean. And if I use it, I will do a video. But you know what a spin clean is, right? It's one of those fancy ass, it's like a tank that you immerse records in, and you kind of rotate the record through some brushes submerged in the tank. And if I wasn't so lazy, I'd go get it right now. But I bought one, and if I have enough filthy records, I'll do it, and I'll do a video. But that's what I got for records recently. I mean, lots of other stuff. I imagine if I look, I got this. I should probably show this off. Andrew Lyle's CD, part of the Black series on the label Beta Lactum Ring, which was a label that was run out of Portland, but is no more. But this is this CD, supposedly it is some insert in it is signed. But this is pretty cool, kind of dark sounding, like ambient, industrial, spooky, occultish music. So perfect for me. Which is great for me. And then I got this Southern Culture on the Skids, a newish record, At Home With. I think this is the one that they recorded during the pandemic. And me and a friend went and saw Southern Culture on the Skids a couple of weeks ago at the Aladdin Theater in Portland. And we bought this because they did this scorching version of Dear Mr. Fantasy at the end of their show that was nothing like you'd expect Southern Culture on the Skids. If you don't know, Southern Culture on the Skids are like surf, rockabilly, country, hillbilly music, just all rolled into one. Incredible guitar playing and bass playing. But their version of Dear Mr. Fantasy was just like this fuzz, wah-wah, feedback meltdown worthy of like Jimi Hendrix, and it was the finale of their show, and it was fantastic. I haven't listened to this yet. I did rip it for a friend, my friend that I went to the show with. But yeah, that was incredible. That's kind of it for me and new stuff. I'll do another. I'm going to try to do more of these. I'm going to make them as low effort as possible. I might do, since I talked about it, I think I should do some gratuitous hype sticker destruction. Let's see if I could do this neatly and cleanly. on a YouTube video. I gotta take the shrink wrap off. I don't like shrink wrap. When I buy a record, I take it out of the shrink wrap and well, let's look at the vinyl for a second. Oh, it's just black vinyl. You don't need to see that. You've seen black vinyl. Surely you have. Unless you're one of those people that strictly buys expensive colored vinyl records. Oh, and by the way, those two Ennio Morricone compilations have beautiful vinyl, but let's... shrink wrap. Friends don't like friends. Keep records in shrink wrap. So there's my cream corn from the Socket of Davis. And here's its hype sticker. Millions of little record collector hipsters are screaming out in terror and were suddenly silenced by me throwing the shrink wrap and the hype sticker in the garbage can. Anyway, that was the finale. Hope you liked it. I'll try to insert a drum roll. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.